What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing a quick little speed and camera comparison for the iPhone 14 Pro versus the new Xiaomi 12T that I've been using here. And let's go ahead and get started just to give you guys a quick size comparison. You guys can see that. Very nice. These are two very nice looking devices here. Let's go ahead and unlock both of these guys. Now the 12T does use a in-display fingerprint sensor, which is very fast, but it also uses the face unlock as well too. So with the iPhone, of course, you only get that, Face ID, which works really well too here. So let's go ahead and just get into it. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the specs a little bit more. So the 12T does have the Dimensity 8100 Ultra chip, and it does have Android 12 with the MIUI 13, no SD card support, and then 256 gigs of internal storage and 8 gigs of RAM. The iPhone does have the new Apple A16 chip, and this is running iOS 16 with 128 gigs of storage and 6 gigs of RAM here. Both devices are very smooth since they are running at 120 Hertz. So scrolling and stuff, they feel very fluid on both of these devices here. Let's just go ahead and launch YouTube. You see, it looked like it was almost a tie there. You can see just super smooth here when it comes to scrolling. Let's go ahead and try Subway Surf. And you guys will actually be surprised at the 12T's Pubg performance. Guys can see there. Again, it's still pretty much on par with the iPhone in terms of being able to open applications up. And let's go ahead and talk about both of the displays on both of these two phones. So the 12T does have a 6.67 inch display. It's technically a 1.5K display, or you could say 1080p plus. And it's really nice. It's AMOLED, 120 Hz HDR10+, 446 for the PPI, so super sharp. And then you have the punch hole in the middle. And then with the iPhone, you have the LTPO XDR OLED display. It's 120 Hz HDR10. It's super bright at 2000 nits peak brightness. One of the brightest displays actually at 6.1 inches. This is also technically a 1080p plus display, and it's 460 for the PPI. You can see Apple's new punch hole here. Both displays are very nice. The only real difference that I think the casual person will be able to tell is the iPhone is definitely a little bit brighter outdoors since it has that max nit brightness at 2000 nits, but two very nice looking panels here. All right, let's keep going and do the Chrome. Let's go ahead and open up the Verge. You can see 12T is super quick right here. Scrolling super buttery smooth. So the iPhone, I noticed, has a slower scroll, and on Android you have like this really fast sort of scroll. It really comes down to whichever one you like. You guys can see that difference there. Now let's go ahead and open up Pubg. Now, you guys will be surprised. I've been playing games on the 12T. Not only is this phone super cool, but it's actually able to play Pubg at 90 frames. And the iPhone, for right now, it cannot. It used to have that setting, but it probably takes some time to get it optimized. But I was really impressed by that. You see the iPhone hopping in there and just hop into a game real quick. You guys can see that 90 frames option on the 12T here, and it's extremely super smooth. So it's actually low-key a really good gaming phone for this price. Just the fact that it stays pretty cool. You guys can see that 90 frames option here, just buttery smooth when you're playing video games. It's just crazy smooth. I always love seeing games running 90 frames. It really does make a difference if you're play shooters. You can see iPhone, again, we don't have that 90 frames on the smooth, but we do have HDR Extreme on here, and it does play really well. So that is really awesome. Both these phones are great for gaming, but right now you have just better optimization for Pubg, as of right now. Let's go ahead and check out both stereo speakers. So really good bass quality on the 12T actually surprised me. I can feel the 12T vibrating on the table here. The iPhone does have like a thumpy sound, but I can actually feel like so just really good speakers on both of these devices. Very loud. I would actually give it a tie here. I really like how they did the speakers on here. Yeah, it's like I can feel the vibration. It's pretty interesting. Alright, so excellent speakers on both of these devices. Super loud. If you cover the bottom one, these top speakers do such a great job as well too, which is really nice. Alright, let's talk about the camera. So I'm going to show you guys these side-by-side stills here, but you do have a 108 megapixel camera on the 12T. It's also an 8 megapixel ultra wide with a 2 megapixel macro. It shoots in 4K 30, and then you have a 20 megapixel selfie cam that shoots in 1080p 60 on here. And then on the iPhone you have the 48 megapixel standard camera on here. 12 megapixel telephoto does 3x, and then a 12 megapixel ultra wide on here. You also have a macro mode on here as well too. It shoots in 4K 60 on the front and back with a 12 megapixel selfie. Check out these side-by-side stills and let me know which photo do you guys prefer here. Alright guys, here's the video on the 12T. You guys can see here. Here's my 2x zoom. Let me know what you guys think. Alright guys, here's the video on the iPhone. Here's also my 2x and my 3x. Alright guys, let's talk about the battery situation, because I thought this was somewhere where the 12T does an excellent job in. So not only does it have a pretty good battery life at 5,000 milliamps, this thing charges crazy fast at 120 watts. The only downside with the battery on here is that there is no wireless charging on this phone. But the 120 watts, I'm telling you, it's almost like supernatural kind of like charging speeds. It charges ridiculously fast, even from just 0%. It is crazy fast. They're saying you get to 100% in 19 minutes. Guys, that's under 20 minutes from 0. I mean, it's just crazy. So the iPhone obviously has nowhere near that type of charging speeds. But this has a 3200 milliamp battery, and battery life is pretty good on here. I turned the always on display off. Both these phones easily get 6 hours of screen on time. They get all day battery. But like I said, you get wireless charging with this one, but nowhere near and even close to the charging speeds. Apple doesn't even give you a charger in the box, so that's also something you need to know. And then you also get the MagSafe wireless charging. You can stick stuff to the back of this phone, stuff like that, which is nice. So the battery situation really depends on you, whether you want the wireless charging or the super fast charging. So that depends on you. So be sure to let me know what do you guys think, and I will catch you guys in the next one.